Rudy Giuliani's former associate Lev Parnas is set to go on trial tomorrow. Federal prosecutors say the Soviet-born Florida businessman was part of a conspiracy to funnel foreign money to U.S. politicians with illegal campaign contributions. Lev Parnas is also accused of using a shell company to disguise a $325,000 donation to a pro-Trump super PAC. Parnas' alleged partner in crime was Igor Fruman. He pleaded guilty last month and admitted to soliciting illegal campaign donations from a Russian national. The judge says he'll question potential jurors during jury selection for Parnas' trial to try to weed out anybody who has a strong bias towards Giuliani or former President Trump. Parnas first made headlines back in 2019 when it came to light that he and Igor Fruman helped Giuliani dig up dirt on Joe Biden in Ukraine. NBC News analyst Danny Cevallos is with us now. Danny, how will the judge go about trying to identify strong bias in these jurors? Is it really realistic to find jurors who don't have opinions in either direction on the former president?
No, it's not realistic, and even the government has conceded that. However, the test isn't whether or not a juror has heard of or has strong feelings about Trump and Giuliani. It's whether or not those feelings will interfere with their ability to sit fairly and impartially as jurors. But notice the government pulled a strategic maneuver to minimize the importance of Giuliani and Trump by dropping one of the charges, most notably the one that related to the influence charges for trying to oust the U.S. Ambassador Marie Yovanovitch. That was a couple of years ago, I know, a long time ago to remember. But by dropping that, the prosecution is trying to make Giuliani and Trump less of an issue. They can never make them a non-issue, but less of an issue, and the judge has to sift through that now.
Well, the prosecutor told the judge that he expects former President Trump and Rudy Giuliani to be mentioned very peripherally in this case. You see that happening?
No, I see it being mentioned peripherally and then some, a lot more than peripherally, because after all of these charges, the sine qua non, the genesis of these charges, all roads lead back to Giuliani and Trump. So even though the charges that used to bring in Trump and Giuliani more closely have been dropped by the government, they're still going to be mentioned. And of course, it's in the U.S. Attorney's interest to say that Trump and Giuliani will be mentioned peripherally because they're going into jury selection. They don't want to lose jurors that they like because they find out that they have strong feelings about Giuliani and Trump, and that perhaps they see Parnas as a sympathetic figure. Remember, Parnas came out very quickly and offered information to Congress, data, emails, all kinds of different things. So the government wants to reduce the image of Parnas as a kind of political prisoner and instead paint him as just a common criminal looking to make a fast buck.
Danny, if you were representing Lev Parnas in court, what would your strategy be?
Bring in Trump, bring in Giuliani as much as you possibly can to the extent the judge lets you, and make it clear that Parnas is not them. He is somebody that was essentially bamboozled by them, and argued that Parnas, this campaign finance law, I didn't know anything about that. I thought I was acting at the direction of the president, and I thought I was acting at the direction of Rudy Giuliani, America's mayor, after all. That would be my approach, but Parnas's defense has already done a fine job anyway without me.
Danny Cevallos, thank you.